So let's look at a basic bridge drill. Okay, from a laying position, right, laying on my back. The basic concept of a bridge drill is that I'm going to create a bridge with my body, meaning that I want to take this space from my hip and leave the floor so there's space underneath me. So the idea is if someone's on top or mounting, I don't want to give them a stable, flat target for them to hit. I want to give them something that's rolling or moving so that they're going to have a hard time staying on top. And the concept here is that as I bridge up or as I turn to one side or the other, I'm going to throw them off of me, right? So that's bridging them straight forward. This is bridging them to one side. This is bridging them to the opposite side. And the simplest way to practice this, and this is actually it's a very common and classical wrestling technique, but it's also, I think it's actually really hard to pull off well, because once you know how to defend from it, it's pretty easy to defend from. But nonetheless, it's something everyone has to put some time into. So to start with, we're just going to start laying flat, okay? And round your shoulders, and see this? Take your hip and round it off the floor, okay? Might not seem like a big deal, but by rounding my body, see that? Shoulders, chin up, hip tucked under. By rounding my body, I'm making myself a hard target to stay on top, whereas if I'm flat, it's really easy to pin me, right? I have a hard time moving, but here I'm nice and rounded. Okay, the first simple step to do from here is to look up to your shoulder. So I'm going to take my right hand and reach up to my left side. Okay, now notice I'm not reaching to the side. I'm reaching up almost to my head, so it's like not above my head, not to the side, more like a 45-degree angle. And the reason is because that arm is opposite to this leg, right? So it's my right leg pushing and the right hand down. Okay, so it's same with the opposite side. I'm reaching up and looking, reaching up and looking, reaching up and looking. Now, I like to tell people when they're practicing to keep the hips off the floor the entire time. So when they're reaching up and looking, they're keeping this nice rounded sensation in the body. Now, if you can take that same concept and really curl your body under, pull your stomach in so you're like your little ball. Then you see that? And as I roll, I'm rolling right onto that shoulder, placing the weight on that shoulder, and then putting that hand down. Okay? And then coming back here. So I'm nice and round. Rolling and then up. Okay, because this rounded position is everything. Like sometimes from this rounded position, I hug onto their waist or the back of their collar or something of the sort. And then you just roll them with you. Right? And you see what I'm doing here essentially is even though I'm rolling, see I'm still rounded. Right? This is opened up and this is rounded. And that rounded position creates a lot of power. So your basic drill is to roll from one side to the other, but keep your body as rounded as possible. Rounded as possible. Okay? And this is a really, really basic bridge and roll. There's lots and lots of different steps and moves that you can do inside, but that's the one piece that I would try to start with. So first, just lay down, try to tuck your body and reach over and touch the floor. And next would be to round your shoulders, round your chin, tuck your hip to get only your lower back on the floor, and stay in that rounded position the entire time. Right? And try it with different leg positions. Try your feet wider. Try your feet more narrow. And see which one works better for you. Takes a little practice, but it's a really important drill to get down.